You know, the globe proof. Have you got any of that, or is that just us?
What do you mean, the globe proof?
Well, I mean proof of globe. I mean,
What would that be?
Well, you're the logician. I know we
Well, I'm not
jokingly
apparently.
call you the proofless logician.
No, you said
Or,
a few
sorry,
months
the
ago I wasn't
proofless
a logician at
dogmatician.
all. Right, okay. You said I wasn't a logician, remember?
Well, yeah, like I say, you're proofless.
Yeah.
So that doesn't. You
No,
can't really.
you actually
You can't
said I
really
wasn't.
be a logician without
Fair
any
enough.
proof,
So,
can you?
right, so there's no point asking me.
Well, I know, yeah, because you haven't got any. I mean, that's obvious. I said, like, you haven't got any, but we have. Like, we're the only ones with this proof of globe.
Yeah, so I asked, so what is that?
What, the proof of
What
the
is your proof
globe?
of the globe?
Well, it's dogmatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone knows his globe. It has been shown that with logic, everything and anything can be linked to his globe. Geometry axioms 4, 5, and 6. Therefore, all existing proofs within reality can also be used to prove the real globe by extension of these basic simple axioms that everyone knows to be unquestionably true. Real-world practical uses with logic can be shown thus. In the real world, it is thought to be known as his globe. Yet anything that can be proved to be true in the real world can be used by progression of these universally changing axioms to be proved by axiomatic extension of the real globe. What follows is some logic proof of globe. Logic states if G then G, and if G and G then G, therefore it can be proved directly by and globe, and globe, and globe, and globe. Or indirectly by, if not flat, then globe. It's not flat, therefore it is globe. Or, if it's not flat, then it's not flat, then it's definitely globe. We can safely say it's not flat, therefore it is globe. Rest assured that we will continue to progress the proofs of globe. Globus trollens, the globe that affirms by affirmation. Globus trollens, if 'tis G, then not flat, therefore 'tis globe. So starting with the premise tis globe, we can say, in the reality we live in is tis globe, tis G. Then the reality we live in could not be flat, tis not flat. We prove it by then that the reality we live in is not flat, tis not flat. Therefore the reality we live in is tis globe, tis globe. Confirmation through globus trollens, globus balance, a globe that affirms by denial. Globus balance, there's not, therefore, starting with the premise it's not flat, not, you can say it. If the reality we live in is not flat, not fluff, then the reality we live in is not flat, not fluff. Then the reality we live in must be tis globe. The reality we live in has been proven to not be flat, but then not fluff. Therefore the reality we live in has to be tis globe. Tis globe, confirmation by globus ballens, globus ballendo trollens. The globe that affirms by denial of affirmation. If that, then not that, not that, not, therefore that. Starting with the major premise that tis globe, we can say if that reality we live in is tis globe, then the reality we live in can't be not that, not that, not. Through logical deduction, since it's clear to everyone that ever existed in the known universe that tis globe, the natural conclusion is that tis globe cannot be at the same time both be that tis globe and not that, not tis globe. Therefore that must be that tis globe. Rest assured that we will continue to progress the proofs of globe. Be at peace with your globe. Therefore that must be that this globe. Rest assured that we will continue to progress the proofs of globe. Be at peace with your globe.
We are live. Welcome everyone. It's a free for all Friday. Obviously we've had that long conversation. We've had plenty more since then as well. Continue to talk about the proof of globe as required by Dave Weiss. We're after Bitcoin. I've been round watching them for I don't know how long now. I mean, everybody knows nobody's got any proof. I mean, even these guys, they say that, Dave Weiss is calling their bluff because they say that there's no proof. But I'm of the opinion that reality, you can prove the real globe. Right? If reality is globe, then you can prove that.
Yeah, proofs exist in reality for sure.
Yeah. So if there's a reality to be proved, then why not prove it? I mean, what sort of proof do people want? What do you want proof of? You want proof of globe? If that's reality, then surely we can prove that. What's the use in saying there's no proof? That's ridiculous, isn't it? It sounds stupid. But I guess people are getting upset now, right? Because, the endless false dichotomy.
Yeah, maybe they're starting to realize it's a false dichotomy, possibly. Who knows?
Well, I mean, but people have been saying it's a false dichotomy for ages. I don't know whether people have been able to have the ability to put the pieces together to actually make sense of what people are saying.
Yeah.
So, as always, it's a free-for-all. Anybody wants to come in and say anything about, any of the occurrences that's been going on. I've been busy making some music, formulating these proofs for Dave Weiss, because I want that Bitcoin. And there's been a few nice little clips I've got. Blue Marble formulated an argument earlier. I can let you hear that if you want. I don't know whether to get it on the actual clips. I can't really put it on the soundboard, but do you want to hear Blue Marble's argument?
Absolutely. Let's hear what old Big Blue got to say.
Let me just get it up in here, and it's in the chat for us. Titled it Blue Marble Science Argument. If anybody wants this, it's in the Discord there. You can come in, you can download it for yourself. It's only a short clip, but maybe Dave Weiss wants this. I think this would be handy for anybody wanting to know the Blue Marble Science geometric arguments. Anyway, so listen to this. Tell me whether you agree with it or not. Right? Let's start that off. Right? Listen to this.
All horizontals are parallel and all verticals are perpendicular to horizontal. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. Must be parallel to each other.
There you go. From a conversation we had earlier today. It doesn't really end on a good screen, that does it?
All horizontals.
There you go. It's a Blue Marble Science argument. Now, he formulated that argument all by himself. He imagined that I was the one that said it. But that's Blue Marble Science's argument. I'll put the full thing out. I mean, we might even go over it later, but it's another 5 hours. And it wants to live. Well, actually, it's, I'm learning how to formulate these globe proofs. Being the foremost globe prover. We've been studying, obviously, the flat earthers. Flat earthers can't communicate with us. They struggle, as do most people. So we're obviously communicating with the globe gangsters, being a globe gangster myself. Some people are upset with the globe gangsters. Emma's not too impressed. They seem like a misogynistic bunch. They don't like women to be part of the group. But it's strange because they do allow certain women, you know. So what's everyone think? Is anyone who's listening to this? Should I'll post it over there in the Globe, and you know, the Globe gangsters. Do you want to listen to it again? Blue Marble, 19 seconds. Blue Marble's argument.
All horizontals are parallel, and all verticals are perpendicular to horizontal. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. Must be parallel to each other.
Must be. What a conclusion from Blue Marble Science. I bet you never thought you'd ever hear that. All verticals must be, well, like I say, one of the things that I don't say. What's Gizmo been saying? I don't know what we've got on the list. He might have been swearing. So Blue Marble Science made an argument earlier today. And in fact, there were three other people that backed him up, made the same argument. They tried to say they made it, and you know, but it's Blue Marble Science's argument, and they made it. You know, the same argument basically right after him. I think they were all trying to jump on the bandwagon. Blue Marble Science. Do you want to hear it again? Here, listen to this again. Listen to Blue Marble Science make an argument.
All horizontals are parallel, and all verticals are perpendicular to horizontal. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. That only leaves you with the conclusion that all verticals must be parallel to each other. Must be parallel to each other.
Thanks, Blue. See, people don't like watching this. We're losing viewers for listening to Blue Marble Science make arguments. Maybe it's the fact that we're going after the proof of globe from Dave Weiss. They might not be keen on that. Is there something else on? Somebody got something else going on.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe because of the conversation this morning, you may have made him take a nap or something. They've had to rest it off. Who knows?
Yeah, well, you know, I think they're jealous of the globe proof. Either that or, you know, they don't want to drum up business for Dave Weiss. Because, I mean, it has gone a little bit stale, hasn't it, Dave Weiss and the Bitcoin thing?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
definitely not the buzz it once had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't many people actually going for it. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, mainly, I think it's because that they imagine there's no proof. I think that's what they're doing. or they don't understand what proof is, maybe. Oh, who's bringing... Are you swearing again like you're talking about Charles? Is that what it was earlier?
No, I think it was somebody said hi to somebody and then they got a bad word for it. The bot has a mind of its own, I guess.
Right, so obviously there is a proof being established. Been working on another song, the Logician's Copy Pasta. Think I'm getting there, but it still needs to be produced, cut up, mixed, and put out. It needs to be just tweaked, I think. But I think we're there on the new song. The new music for logicians. Hopefully getting people to learn the terms. And obviously the whole idea is to come in and have this conversation so we can learn the rhetoric and how to communicate just about reality. Because I think that's what is missing. The ability for people to talk about things without trying to assume some things that aren't actually said. Maybe, because I mean, like listening to the conversation today, these group of people would say something and then assume that you were the person that said it. When really it was them saying it. But I don't know, there's some sort of a mental block where these people assume that when they say something, it's you saying it. And you may think that's a bit weird, a bit strange, but it literally happened today.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody
double, triple
it.
down on saying that that you said it, when in actuality they are the ones that said it. Yeah. Yep.
Because if anybody knows anything about this place here, right, they should know that there's not many things that I have rules for or whatever, but there are certain things that I don't say because I'm a fan of the nth meme, and these things to not say. It's sort of a challenge for myself to be able to, not say certain things. And what these guys were saying earlier, like Blue Marble and all of that, right? I literally don't say that. By not saying it. So when these people say that I said it, I don't. It's one of my principles to not say these things. Everybody knows it. I don't say certain things. Other people do. Come to the conclusions on their own merits. That's the idea of it. So, obviously, Blue Marble made the argument, backed up by a few of his friends, Stefan Mudd and Funk, was it? I think so. Stefan Mudd and Funk. Now, I would say being new to the globe proof thing, but, we've been in this arena for quite a while. Obviously, the globe guys have never really accepted us. They've always pushed us away, kept us at arm's length or whatever. I don't know whether that was a game or whatever. Really weird situation. But it came across me today, right? If Dave Weiss has a a challenge for Bitcoin, who are the challengers? You know, like who's our competition? And what did they present to Dave Weiss? And I'm not aware of anyone, which is surprising to me. Leaves me questioning a few things. Like, are they committed? I mean, they call themselves, what, debunkers? There's no really any globe provers. There's nobody selling the globe. They just seem to be, like, bigoted people, and I'm not too sure whether that's the way to sell the globe. To point out that you're bigoted towards another group of people. I mean, how does that work? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to push forward with the globe proof. Obviously, right? It's reality, isn't it not? And my definition of the globe is that it is non-geometric. Which, of course, can be proved because the globe is non-geometric. But you've got to get into it, you know. Got to get into the ability to prove things. So I've been working on that and the songs, and obviously having conversations with the Globe gangsters. Has anybody else got any other topics they want to talk about? I'm obviously having to keep a lot of my stuff under my hat at the minute because, you know, some Bitcoin involved in it, isn't it? I don't want people snatching me Bitcoin out the way. They've had the time. They've had the chance. So, putting the proofs together. I decided to make a proof from first principles. A traditional proof. I mean, why not?
Oh, I have a topic.
Oh, go on.
Has anyone else out there noticed? Well, I didn't go looking for this. It was shoved in my face, but Nathan Oakley going on that social media
dating app, the one he says there was a dating app.
Yeah. What does everyone think about that?
Don't know. I've asked a few people. I've had a few conversations with people about it, and they seem to think it's for young people.
Yeah, my daughter knows about it. I've never heard of it before.
Well, I've heard of Omegle, but mainly because of, I think, one guy on Twitter that does things, but, you know, it wouldn't make me want to go on it.
Yeah, so he's out there doing that, and these so-called globers, globe gangsters, or globe hamsters, as I like to call them, they don't care. I mean, there's no pushback against Nathan. There's no globers going over there challenging him on, you know, why he's doing it, that kind of thing. It's like a really strange world we're living in where the globers need the flat earthers. So they have to protect them. So they can't say anything about Nathan Oakley doing all this weird, creepy stuff on social media platforms. But they will go after you if you talk about it.
Well, yeah, I asked them earlier today over the Globe Gangsters, and I don't think they care because he's making flat earthers look ridiculous on his own. They just don't need to bother. Nathan Oakley's doing it all by himself. And the people that like him doing it, well, they're the flat earthers that like Nathan Oakley doing some really weird and creepy things.
Would you go to a hotel and pay £5 to ask Nathan Oakley a question?
Yeah, he's Nathan Oakley. He's doing a thing at a pub. Is he a hotel? Is it called the Glory Hole?
I'm not entirely sure what the name is, but that could be.
In Bournemouth. Yeah, so five quid a shot. Put your £5 in Nathan Oakley's G-string and ask him a question. Charles has been warned as well. What are you doing?
Are they all typing weird things in the chat?
I don't know. It's Gizmo started it.
Oh, okay. So Charles put, funny calling me an FE guy.
And that got...
Yes. Yeah, yesterday there was an extensive 1-hour presentation by a concave earther. Very sincere, and he was treated kindly. I think that would be earther, possibly.
Oh, right. Yeah. Possibly.
Too many infractions. So it's not the first time.
Yeah.
He's a repeat offender.
So he's doing concave stuff as well now, is he?
Is he going to be called Flat Earth Concave Math?
Or concave flat earth math?
Or that way
It's
around,
really
yeah.
weird because his name isn't Matthew and there's no such thing as flat earth math. So, like his entire name is like an oxymoron. Just something, it's just nonsense, isn't it?
Maybe he's trying to be funny,
Nonsense,
but it's not
Charles.
It's not quite coming across. Bless him.
Anyway, don't summon him. He's one of the Globe Gangsters, though, right? Brother Globe Gangster. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. I was wondering why, people like... You'd have thought Charles might have had a go at Dave Weiss's Bitcoin. But I don't know whether it's the proof problem. The global proof problem. They think proof within science is pseudo-scientific. They like to keep it open-ended, so they're not quite sure. Nathan's answer is wrong. Do you get a full refund? I don't see. He put it like that. You get a chance to ask him a question for a £5, but it might be just that there's an admission to the pub, or you buy him a beer or something. I don't know, but he's going to a pub and he said, ask him a question for a £5. A bit weird. I don't know whether you might get kicked out if you ask him, if you ask him a challenging question, he might want you out of the pub.
Hang on. Are they setting up like a room for him? Or is this he's staying at the hotel and
Don't know. I'm banned from any sort of communication, so I literally don't have the ability to ask these questions. It's miles away from me, but obviously there are people in that area that may want to go, and I guess they'll have to ask.
Oh, for FYI, if anyone out there is thinking of going because they want to ask Nathan Oakley a question, just go to the politics server Discord on the days he's doing his thing, and you can ask him a question for free. No need to pay the £5.
Yeah.
Top tip.
Yeah, but you don't get to meet him in person, do you? You don't get to meet him at the glory hole.
Yeah, but some degree of separation is probably a good idea.
Well, all I'm saying is that if I was around there, I'd be going.
Would you really?
I would, yeah. Of course I would. But, I mean, entertainment? Oh, yes.
See, we have very different ideas on entertainment, though.
Yeah, you just go out for a drink, right?
And listen to Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, you'd have to decide like whether somebody you were going to take somebody out and then let them drive back, and whether you'd have to go to the pub and not have a drink.
I don't drink anyway, so.
Well, yeah, well, so it'd be a different type of entertainment for you, right?
Yeah, probably make my ears bleed.
Yeah, I mean, you might not enjoy that sort of thing, but I can see I can see the art in it, like Australian breakdancers.
You can see the art in the Australian breakdancers.
And Nathan Oakley going to do a live performance presentation. Okay. Dave Weiss, right? Somebody said today, Dave Weiss has got a screen and he's got his little clicker and he can go from videos and do all of that sort of stuff. What's Nathan Oakley got?
His front room?
It's a good one, isn't it? What's he going to do?
He's going to go on social media sites to meet people, apparently.
I suppose what he could do, right? Now, don't rob this, Nathan, but he could get his phone out and play a clip on it and then shout at his phone, pausing it. Couldn't he? Don't take that idea, Nathan. That's what I'm going to do when I do a presentation. Would you not want to see what, like that question, what would Nathan Oakley do when faced with a live audience at a pub?
I think he's going to be the same as he is online, right?
Don't know. I mean, which one's the character? Could he
honestly,
replicate the Nathan Oakley character at the pub? Or would you get a real Nathan Oakley? Or do we already get the real Nathan Oakley? There's all sorts of questions that could be asked. I can't because I'm banned from communicating with Nathan Oakley. His little inner circle have made sure that, I'm pretty sure that he'll never watch any of this sort of stuff. Or nobody of Nathan Oakley's will watch this. So none of this will ever get back to him. So don't worry about it. But if he does come up and do anything around this area, then yeah, I'll be up for going, having a chat, live discussion.
Yeah, that would be funny. I'm not sure what Charles is on about.
Charles.
Yeah, I had a conversation with one of the founders of FE Gangsters.
It's just a Discord thing. Somebody made a Discord channel and he's had a conversation with somebody who made a Discord channel. Woo!
Yeah, but FE, we sure it's FE Gangsters? Is there? So is there a Globe Gangsters and an FE
I
Gangsters
don't know.
server?
One of the FE Gangsters, yeah. I don't know. He might be in one of the other ones.
Why are people calling themselves gangsters? Come on, it's Earth shape debate, right? You're all weird enough and sad enough to continually discuss Earth shape, but now we're on to.
He might be flat Earth obsessed, right, Charles?
Oh, now we're on to
know.
gangsters.
Yeah, FE Gangsters.
Just no.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to. You see, he says that I made an appearance, but I have never been in any FE fucking.
Oh, he's just changed it to Globe Gangsters. It's hamsters, Charles. Sounds much funnier.
Right, yeah.
It's more appropriate as well than Globe Gangsters.
Why? Like, it does look like you're absolutely obsessed, Charles. And what does the founders quote marks? What does that mean?
Oh, hang on. If Charles is listening, a forum where their goal is to have a forum where people won't get shouted down. Okay, what other things were said? Was it going to be a decent place where there weren't going to be the vile comments that there are everywhere else, Charles? Because I would say this morning they failed at that big time. Not one person in that server called out that guy this morning for his comments. And they'll know what I'm talking about because they're probably listening right now. But nobody called it out, and everybody was quite happy to sit there and let this guy talk all kinds of vile stuff.
Which chat were you in? General.
Yeah.
See, I was in the live chat, text chat, because we were in the live chat. So I was in the live text chat. But
this person
told me later on that wasn't right. We should have been in the general. So
yeah.
I wasn't even looking at it.
But the person, they just joined as well on a brand new account made in June and started posting abuse. And no one said anything. Moderator right there in the chat. No one said anything. So I think this little forum, the Globe Hamster forum, is failed already. No offense.
Yeah, if anybody out there does want to get an invite into the new Discord server that Charles mistakenly called FE Gangsters, it's not. It's Globe Gangsters.
Well, to be fair, the FE Gangsters is fitting because Globers at this point, all they're doing is being FE enablers. So
yeah, Charles is that obsessed with it. He writes FE instead of Globe.
They're all obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It's an obsession with the flat Earth. It's very strange.
But it's just this arena. Is it just this arena? I don't know. It seems like they are starting to formulate logic, reasoning. After a few years. It has been a few years. They still get mixed up a little bit about, how to formulate arguments and what modus ponens is. If anybody does want to come in, discuss anything, what's he talking about? Could you give me any more details? Or he might be trying to do a bit of backwards moderating. It'll have been early this morning, Charles, for us.
10, 11 a.m. UK time.
And it is 8 o'clock p.m. now. So you're talking 10 hours ago, minus 10 from now. Does that sound about right? Ish. You could probably just search Emma in the logs, because she won't have typed that much. It'll be around that
you
time.
search the people that type my name as well, because that account did use my name. Not my Discord name, my actual name.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. They're all right
So,
with that sort of stuff.
And so it's someone I already know, but they're on a different account. Because apparently they don't want anybody to know who they actually are. It's a bit cowardly.
Music for Truth. Hi. That's a new. I really want to get on with my music sort of thing, but busy. So has anybody got anything they want to discuss? Nobody wants to, get in on the Dave Weiss Bitcoin thing? Nobody wants to even comment on it? He seems to forget about that, Gizmo.
Yeah, I'm not sure where. There must be something going on today, because it is very quiet.
Yeah. So anybody? What about you guys in the chat? Got anything? Anybody heard anything about any of the conversations that we've been having? What do you think about blue marble science and his argument? Do you agree with it? Disagree with it? Just keep non-committal. Not sure what Bitcoin is. You've never heard about Dave Weiss and his offer of Bitcoin? Money. I mean, I don't know how much a Bitcoin is, but I think there's 3 Bitcoin. How much is Bitcoin worth? Does anyone know?
Not a clue. I'm sure someone out there will know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do with Bitcoin. But I guess you could say you've got some Bitcoin. I think there's a lot of people, like most of the Globe guys that we've been talking to, the Globe gangsters, they seem to think that there isn't a proof of Globe. I'm not too sure. That's right. But what is proof anyway? Who cares? Cares about that sort of stuff. Should we do the bit where we slag somebody else off? Make up a load of shit about somebody? Isn't that what normally happens when you've got nothing to talk about? Does nobody want to come in and talk a load of shit about someone? Just make up a load of stuff. If we go over a video, somebody... This is getting boring. I'd rather be making a proof and, you know, going and talking to people with things. But if nobody wants to come and chat, maybe... Nobody got anything? Looks like it's going to be a short show. I'll play some music. Let me. What have we got? I'm gonna go make a brew, but the most knowledgeable logician. See if there's any truth in this.
It is with a mix of bewilderment and intrigue that I pen this forward for the arguments that have been presented as the self-proclaimed most knowledgeable logician that ever lived. I must confess that I approach this task with trepidation. For it is not often that one encounters an author so determined to flout the fundamental principles of logic. However, as an honest woman, I also appreciate the value of intellectual discourse, even when it comes from the most unlikely of sources. The most knowledgeable logician ever lived. Within those words, our esteemed author presents a collection of thoughts that he audaciously labels as logical arguments. Yet upon closer examination, one quickly realizes that the author's commitment to the laws of logic is at best flimsy and often non-existent. We find ourselves immersed in a labyrinth of contradictions and paradoxes, where the law of identity casually disregarded, the law of non-contradiction is consistently violated, and the law of the excluded middle is summarily dismissed. One might wonder why such paralogisms deserve any attention at all, let alone a full word from someone with my esteemed reputation. The answer lies in the importance of discernment and critical thinking. By engaging with the sophist's convoluted reasoning, we are forced to question the very foundations of logic and confront the deceptive nature of fallacious arguments. In a peculiar twist of fate, the sophist unwittingly becomes an unwitting catalyst for intellectual growth. This perplexing journey, I implore you, O listener, to exercise your fullest faculties of reason. Question the author's assertions, dissect his claims, and challenge the paradoxical tapestry he weaves. That ever live. Remember that the true pursuit of knowledge is not found in blind acceptance, but in a relentless pursuit of truth, guided by the unwavering principles of logic. Whilst it may seem unusual for the most knowledgeable logician that ever lived to lend her voice to a word that fundamentally contradicts her very being, I believe that confronting the sophist head-on, we shine a spotlight on the power of logical reasoning and the necessity of intellectual honesty. The most knowledgeable logician ever lived. In closing, let us embark on this bewildering expedition together. Let us navigate the maze of sophistry and emerge with sharpened minds, fortified against fallacy and armed with unyielding principles of logic strengthened by rhetoric.
The self-proclaimed most knowledgeable logician that ever lived.
The most knowledgeable logician that ever lived.
The most knowledgeable logician
That ever lived.
that ever lived. Ever lived.
Though the journey may be challenging, the reward lies in the realization that even in the face of deliberate deception, the light of reason will prevail.
Yours in the pursuit of truth.
Yours in the pursuit of truth.
The most knowledgeable logician that ever lived.
The most knowledgeable logician.
Ever lived.
The most knowledgeable logician that ever lived. Ever lived. The self-proclaimed most knowledgeable logician ever lived.
The most knowledgeable logician that ever lived.
The self-proclaimed most knowledgeable logician that ever lived.
That ever lived.
That ever lived. The self-proclaimed most knowledgeable logician that ever lived. That ever lived.
That ever lived. Yeah, sorry, music for truth. I can't. This is all our own material, so we know that this stuff isn't gonna get us copyright struck or any of that sort of stuff. So that's why we do our own stuff here. We've already been on the journey, haven't we, Zeptepi? You try. I mean, like, you were one of the early guys. We were communicating back then, but you seem to get the wrong end of the stick, like so many people did. But I mean, now we can communicate with the Globe guys. You're accepting us as the Globe prover. I mean, well, at least we're going for the Bitcoin, right? I mean, don't know. Does anybody think we have a chance of actually getting it? So it's a challenge, isn't it? And we do things for the challenge. Like when I was challenged to prove that level was horizontal. That was a good one. Took a while. What's next? Obviously, what comes next is getting the proof together. Hasn't that not been the journey for most people? Has been for me. Just sort of living life. But, you know, when you get challenged, you've got to accept those challenges, right? So certain things are a challenge. And it seems like, you know, Dave Weiss did his challenge a fair bit ago and nobody's attempted it. Or if anybody has attempted it, let us know. And then we can go and review that, see where their mistakes were made. We could work out with Dave. I mean, I'm not aware of any challenges to the Bitcoin of Dave Weiss yet. Yeah, getting it together. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you've got to formulate the proof together, right? Put it all together in pieces. Start from first principles. That's what proof is. So does anybody know? Zeptepi, you'll have done this one. You'll know. There has been a challenger, or has there not been a challenger already to Dave Weiss and the Bitcoin? Does anybody know of the challenge from anybody else to Dave Weiss for his Bitcoin? What about anybody in the chat? I know people don't really like to comment in the chat because then it's obvious that they've been watching this. You know, they're listening as well, communicating with us. That's not allowed. We do seem to lose viewers, you know, going for the Bitcoin. I don't know. What does that tell you? Tell you that people switch off for Globe, guys? That can't be right, can it? It's a song, Zeptepi. You've got into that, haven't you? I'll release it for you, then you can actually, you know, go along with it. the next step, like we should start off with the Globgic proof of globe. Like the easiest way to prove globe is to use the false dichotomy. But I don't know whether, I don't know whether anybody accepts that or not. First off, you have to, you have to go along with the false dichotomy, or actually believe that the false dichotomy is a true dichotomy. So that's the hardest bit, really, is to mention it. And now I've started mentioning that. Okie dokie. I've got you. Level. There we go. Invite. I did send you a message just a bit earlier, didn't I? Linear? Yes. There you go. Should have got it there. Water kills the globe. Stone dead. Is that like rock, paper, scissors? Water, globe, stone. Water kills globe.
Just sounds like someone went looking for truth and jumped straight onto another model.
Water kills the globe, stone dead. I don't know. I don't know whether you can do that. Maybe metaphorically. I mean, within your mind, if you want, somehow. Seems like it. Maybe him just in it, like, within the mind. Maybe that's what's occurring here. People are slaying their own ghosts, shadows, maybe. It's not though, is it? That's ridiculous. Like, have you heard of Rivers music for truth? Because that's like water flowing, and I mean that's not level. So it's not always. I mean, really bad choice of words. I mean, even a water level isn't always level. If you've got bubbles and stuff in it. So, I mean, really? I like that proof. Well, wouldn't that be a proof of the real globe? If you had the proof of that. Have a bit of truth. Oh, it's Globe Gangsters is filled up a bit. Is that a proof? No, I haven't. Have you? That's why I think we need to discuss these things to learn rhetoric. to learn how better to express our communication of certain things with one another. I think so. I think, Zeptepi, I think you're right. I think they've been taught to say it when it doesn't really mean anything. It's just nonsense, really. What's a plait? I don't know. Well, like, what are you doing? What? I don't know what is your point that you're trying to make with this? I don't get it. Come on in, music, and have a chat. Who's told you that? Again. Got a really strange idea. None of it's real. Well, it's a good job you've got your own discernment to work these things out. What is real and what isn't real. I would say, anyway. Reality is real. And I mean, if that's what you want to talk about, then that's what we're here for. Come and have a chat. Don't be talking about stuff that isn't real, telling us what isn't real. Balls are real. Water's real. There's no debating. Nobody has to have a debate. We know there is no debate. It's all about communication. And you've been doing it for 7 years. It seems like you choose a really bad way to start the conversation. If you've been doing it for 7 years, surely you realise that that's not a very good opening conversation. Apart from the water that isn't level. End of story. Yeah, water is not always level. There are things like rivers, streams, waterfalls. It's not always. I mean, terrible statement. If you've been doing it for 7 years and that's the best that you can open with for communication, then I'd suggest you've been talking to the wrong people for 7 years. Strange the way people want to come in and, make statements about these sort of things. Changing your words now. Why is Charles in chat? Charles is in Globe Gangsters at the minute, talking to the boys, Blue Marble and all of that. Guys are over there. We've been over there chatting to him earlier. I don't think they'll come over here. They feel safer in their little, globe. They're doing the globe gangster thing. They're probably, I think, trying to compete with my proofs. Blue's got his argument. In fact, I'll send that argument over there to the globe gangsters. Look at that. They're making images as well. AI image generator. That's over there in the globe gangsters. Chat GPT prompts. Look at them. Look at them go. Right, I'll just gonna send the thing over. I've got a few little clips. Jump to the present. Wow, it's a popular thing. I'll upload the thingy file for them. Blue's argument. There you go. Back over here. Globe gangsters of now. They should be able to have a channel, right, of all of the stuff. When Blue Marble came out with that argument, I thought it was genius. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do realise that anyone can post in the chat here. All of the Flat Earth Society guys, they do say the most ridiculous things. But that's the, it is 2024. What are we to expect? False dichotomy sort of supports itself. This is it's a clip of Nathan Oakley. Now, I don't know whether most of you guys have. Do you know who Nathan Oakley is? Because he's been out talking to people and sort of letting a few things about himself go. Put your over 18s hats on, right? Because I mean, it's 2024. Most of you might have suspected this.
I mean, I occasionally suck a cock, but not that often.
Nobody's judging anybody. But I've heard that they a few of them drink piss as well. But I mean, I'm not saying it all flat earthers or anything, just particular flat earth debate. I think we should all try to communicate with each other.
Everyone's calling it globe hamsters now. I've started a trend.
I think it might sort of spell check on everybody's. So they might not even have a choice.
Don't tell everyone, Bev.
Yeah, there's gold in that there server. There's gold in communication. And being able to communicate is the best way to further an argument, I think. Yeah, I think music for truth. I think the problem is you're attempting to debate people in an arena with no arguments, no logic. It's impossible. But I mean, if you've 7 years and you've not realised that yet, I'd say you're still trying to work out. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to debate without an argument. And it's hard to debate when you present an argument and they say, no, that's not an argument. Yeah, I don't think it's called Omegle anymore, but I think that's what it is. It's the same thing. It's oh me or something like that. Same thing though. Same idea. Basically the same thing.
How can people not look at that video, Nathan Oakley, and go, that's creepy? How are there people commenting on his videos going, oh, this is great, Nathan, you should do this more often? Yeah, fantastic.
I think they want to push Nathan Oakley as the face of flat Earth.
Is he going to turn into like a Nathan Thompson kind of thing, like running around school playgrounds shouting at children?
That's what he's doing, basically. He's going around telling people that they're involved in a religion that isn't even a religion, but he's telling them that it's the state religion. If you're in the UK, Nathan Oakley's telling you that your religion is heliocentrism. On that app or whatever, right? Only the kids that he's talking to, that he's telling them that. I don't think he's told any of the people, in his chat who live in the UK that it's their religion. Like he's never told me. I've never heard him say it before. It's only when he started going on this, chatting to these people in reality, talking to real people. Up to now, Nathan Oakley's only been chatting to the model afflicted people within the arena. He's branching out though. Must be good times. He may have been fooled by the 10th man told him that flat Earth was growing, so he might now think that people are out there are ready for him. I don't know. I can't discuss any of these sort of things with people. If anybody does want to come in and, think whether the world is ready for Nathan Oakley to be out there telling people that live in the UK that they're part of a religion that they're unaware of. Is that a good thing? Should we consider it misinformation? Or would you discover it? Because there's a big thing going on in the UK now after some little girls got stabbed. But now the government, it doesn't want misinformation in the schools, so they're going to teach children how to counter misinformation. So what's deemed misinformation nowadays? Who's the judge of that? Do you think they would take Nathan Oakley's words on and start, letting the children know about Nathan Oakley's so-called new religion that they're being indoctrinated into without even knowing about it? Earth-shaped religion, I think he's calling it. So what we've noticed recently, right? Were Will Duffy and these guys. I think they're trying to make a new denomination of, Church of Globe, and it seems like Nathan Oakley is also pushing that. He's pushing the same thing that I think that Will Duffy and the the Globe guys. Is this denomination, the Church of Globe? Maybe that's where Nathan's got it from, right? A misunderstanding of what they're doing. Or maybe, like this is the UK version. Maybe Will Duffy's got the American version and Nathan Oakley is going to lead the this religious cult. Or maybe Nathan Oakley's the don't know, what would you call it? It's hard to tell. Like the counter. Do you think he would be the preacher of the atheistic type, non-religious person, pointing fingers at the new religion that he's made up? I mean, that's a pretty lofty position to put yourself in. Zep Tepe, wow. Apparently Will Duffy's appearing on Arwen's show tomorrow. Well, I've heard that anybody that talks to Will Duffy is enabling him. So that'll go down well with the FED guys. Arwen. That's the full break, isn't it? Full split. If Arwen wants to come over and, go over globe proof. Because I thought he was that guy for Nathan Oakley, wasn't he? If anybody of the Flat Earth debate guys knew anything about globe proofs, it'd be Arwen. And it's strange that Arwen hasn't gone after Dave Weiss's Bitcoin. I don't know why Arwen can't prove globe. No, Duffy won't go on. All they have to do is send him a message. I think Brian's Logic wanted to have a chat with him. But he was unaware that he's even got an email or YouTube channel. They keep themselves, separated. Yeah. Well, if Baldwin wants to come over and have a chat about, how he would present proofs to Dave Weiss, I mean, I won't do it. But I think it deserves putting a spotlight on it. We need to look at this sort of stuff more intensely because, I mean, Dave Weiss has offered the Bitcoin. He's obviously a proponent of proof. And if the real globe is reality, why can't we prove it? They can't field questions from Duffy, and they can't communicate with people who, have a globe belief. Maybe they have knowledge of globe. I mean, Nathan Oakley seems incapable of communicating with people in general. Never mind people who are doing an experiment. I mean, for one, he's called it an experiment, so that's never going to get very far with QE, is it? QE owns the rights to all of science. When we were telling him about when Emma told him about minding his P's and Q's, about his ridiculous fallacious modus tollens that he made, he left here saying, stick to your bloody level is horizontal, but leave science alone. So it's his. Science is QE's thing. And Will Duffy's called his thing an experiment, so obviously, how could he possibly have an experiment? They all belong to QE and the science, so nobody in this arena can talk about science or anything without QE. And QE's never going to talk to Will Duffy because he suffers this same sort of problem as Nathan Oakley, their inability to communicate with anyone. And he doesn't have the ability to filter the information, to break it down and to put across his point. But that goes for everything. All the way back to, well, how long ago was it, Emma? 2020? When did you buy the first Black Swan t-shirt? When was that bought?
Oh, goodness. I think it was, probably very early 2020.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, Emma here is still the owner. Did you burn it?
No, I didn't burn it because everybody said, no, don't burn it. It will be a piece of weird history. But I did want to just burn it.
Yeah. So Emma is... we stopped her from burning it. Emma is still the owner of the first ever Black Swan t-shirt that was ever ordered, bought, paid for. I doubt it she wears it. So it hasn't probably been cycled through too many washes.
It's never been worn.
It's never been worn. Never been worn. Listen to that. Pristine. First edition. First ever Black Swan t-shirt. What's that going to be worth?
I don't know, but it's really bad quality.
Do you think it's gone up in value? I think it must be worth more than
I don't know, but
Black Swan t-shirt modern day. It's vintage.
It just shows you how... shall we say, manipulated, but I also I like to help people out where I can. And then people manipulate me like that. But yes, I got talked into buying a goddamn t-shirt off of QE.
Didn't buy one of QE's t-shirts. Yeah, Zep Tepe. That's what I said to her. Can you imagine at the pub when Nathan Oakley goes to, if he turned up there and they said, look, what's that on the wall? It's the first ever Black Swan t-shirt ever to be bought. It's they could literally worship that, couldn't they? You get it signed by QE, Nathan Oakley, Neil, how many other people? I suppose back then you could have had Arwin on it, couldn't you?
Was Neil even around back then?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I mean.
Johnny come lately, isn't he? I mean, who would you have on that? Who would you... QE, Sleeping Warrior, 10th Man, Arwin.
Yeah.
Adam
Is
Beacon.
Arwin... Is Arwen like friends with them again, or are
No.
they still?
No, Arwen's going like Zep Tepe's just said there in the chat. Arwen's having a chat with Will Duffy, so there'd be no way he'll ever be able to communicate with them after that.
No.
They don't like people who talk to Will Duffy. Yeah, maybe we could throw that in with Dave Weiss. You know, maybe he might slip a bit of Bitcoin our way. We use the first ever Black Swan t-shirt ever to be ordered, processed, bought, never worn. I take it that means it's never been washed.
No, it's been washed. Because it ends up, you know how clothes are. It ended up with other stuff and it ends up in the wash and yeah.
What size is it? Small.
Yeah.
There you go. So if anybody is in the market, well, how much?
It's not.
How much would you let it go for?
It's not a t-shirt, so it's not like a small men's t-shirt. Okay, it's a small women's t-shirt. So it's that
Okay,
slightly different
yeah,
style.
The flat Earth debate guys will be able to fit into that. Most of them, anyway. I mean, I don't think they're actually, you know, I don't think they want to wear it. Like I say, I think they'll be putting it on a thing on the wall, getting it signed.
I'm not selling it. I'd rather burn it.
You might want to wait and see how much of the, you know, the history. In the history of flat Earth.
The history of how everybody
QE's modus tollens, the fallacious modus tollens. It'd be worth a fortune, you know.
Well, that time in history where everyone left one model and jumped straight onto another model.
Yeah, when QE
without realizing
he gave the flat earthers a pile of shit. And the flat earthers went, thanks, QE.
It's
You've
this
got the
whole
first t-shirt.
It's this whole jumping on the idea, like you want to go out and find answers and truth because you can see things are messed up. And then you get to this one point, you go, that's it. Full stop. I never have to think for myself again, apparently. And you're back exactly where you started from. Just in a slightly different position on the line. But you're still not critically thinking. You're still just taking everything that people tell you as, I don't know. It's a really strange thing. And being in groups as well, being part of a group, I think is.
Yeah, if you're not part of it, then you have to leave. Get out. Muted. Silenced.
There, you know, there's going to be a Flat Earth Hall of Fame at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd wait for that. Yeah, you need to hold on to it for that. The Flat Earth Hall of Fame.
What you want, like, I'd say, right, that you'd want to go to an event like this with Nathan Oakley or whatever, right, and get like a pen and get him to sign it while you're wearing it.
Oh,
and
no.
Then,
God,
like,
no.
it'll be, that'll increase the value.
Bev,
tenfold.
Why do I have to wear it? No, I don't. Why do I want Nathan
Well, I mean,
Oakley
maybe you might
touching
sign
you?
it then. I mean, could you get it to somebody that is going to go there? Do you know, we've got a couple of weeks. Do you reckon that'd be worth it? Getting Nathan Oakley to sign it.
I
think you'd have to have QE sign it. Is it as valuable with Nathan signing it as QE, do you think?
Nathan Oakley's flat earth debate. Nathan Oakley's pushed the Black Swan as much as anyone.
I think it needs QE as well, though.
Yeah, but I mean, the terrible argument was QE.
Could you risk sending it to QE? Would you do that?
No, because I never get it back again.
No, exactly. So Nathan Oakley's the best you're gonna get.
That may well be true.
Yeah, and it cost me way too much to send it over there anyway. It'd be pointless. Anyway, I don't want signatures on it. Like,
Why? It look way better framed with the signature on it.
yeah, it's not the kind of T-shirt you want.
Like a personal
Like
message.
I said,
What personal message would you want?
nothing. But you can't like the print is blurred. It's like I said, it's really bad quality. So even if someone did want
I've got it. It's a
bad.
female top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. What you want is measured flat. Nathan Oakley. You know where, right across the boobage area. Yeah.
Oh.
That
actually.
That would sell. All right. If there is anybody by any chance that knows Nathan Oakley, right, don't tell him about this. Because if this T-shirt does end up in front of him on the thing, right, it's not us. Like, it may just be a coincidence. Oh. That was Discord disconnected.
I was going to say, yeah.
Back again anyway. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. Well, no, it won't be. But if it does turn up, it'll just be a coincidence. Measured flat. Genius. He could do it, like a T-shirt line. I think I heard him saying today, because he was talking to him, right? Apparently, he's got 50 white T-shirts because it works well with the contrast of his camera. That's why he wears white T-shirts all the time. So I was thinking he should be able to do that, right? You might start a trend. He might get measured flat across his T-shirts. It might get like a little logo. Measured flat, Nathan Oakley, signed like a label. It's his thing, isn't it? Don't tell him it was me. That somebody else tell him, come up with it.
He's too busy talking to youngsters on social media.
Yeah. Saragaki thinks this should be a fundraiser to get you to go there. Wear the T-shirt. We could get that. Get it filmed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you'd have a better shot of getting a signature if it was like a young couple, like a couple teenagers or something, TikTok-ish, and say, I've been watching you on TikTok.
Yeah, would you sign me T-shirt?
Will you sign my T-shirt?
Measured flat, Nathan Oakley. $3.16. So if anybody is down in the Bournemouth area, I know there's not many people listening or anything, Nathan Oakley is going to go down there. And yeah, that would be good. Signature, get it framed.
I'm not going.
Yeah, Saragaki says don't wear the T-shirt for him. No, because if it's not been worn, then like the moment you wear it, you can't say it's not been worn. So that would go out the way. So it's unworn at the minute, but it has been washed. So if we could get it on a cardboard, do you want to get a cardboard thing, Emma? If you get a cardboard thing to put it inside it, And then he could like literally write measured flat, get like a silver pen, something like that. I don't know, whatever coloured silver type pen. Or maybe one of those fabric pens. I don't know. I'm sure we could get that sorted, couldn't we? And then we just need somebody to go there. I think we might have that sorted. Wonder if he'd do that for the £5 question. Will you sign this? Measured flat, Nathan Oakley. 2024. I see you back, Kev. We have had a few of the music ones. I think you just left just as I was going to do that. Now, I was thinking that we have had a conversation with Jaren. And, you know, like I've kept quite a lot of these conversations back. I wanted to have a word with a few of the people involved in it before actually releasing it. So I was thinking that we might do a Discord showing of this particular conversation before actually releasing it to the public, because I think it's quite interesting conversation to go over, particularly at the moment where the upheavals are occurring within the flat earth community. And, you know, considering that, you know, we're putting together a globe proof, it just goes to show how the flat earthers are or were communicating with each other, or how things are allowed and dismissed within this strange community that people seem to have. Now, I've also noticed this within the globe community too. I mean, you'd think this group are a group of united people, but they're not. These are just whoever's the loudest gets to speak the most. And that doesn't matter where you are or whatever. There's every chance that whenever you go to any of these rooms, you will hear the same people all the time. Never any new voices, because new voices get shut out. Certain conversations, certain topics, you're not allowed to talk about. You have to keep your topic within certain tracks, and you're not allowed to deviate. It's like a train. You can't just go off track, start talking about something that's not part of the narrative and the official narrative. So that's what this conversation does. So that's the conversation with Jaren that we had on the level. So I was thinking of going over that. And I also want to, like I say, I'm going over the Logician's copy pasta, because we realised that there is no Logician's copy pasta. So we've wrote that, part of a music thing, and we've been going along a certain theme. I wanted to go over that. I don't know. It's a Friday. If anybody else does want to talk about anything, then Free for All Friday, come on in, have a chat, talk about whatever. I don't know. Other than that, if nobody does want to do that, then I'm quite eager and keen to get into the Discord chat, because there are conversations, obviously, that will occur if we're not live. And there's no point me being live if there's no conversations when we're live, when I know there's plenty of conversations when we're not live. So I'd rather get to the stuff where the conversations are. So if anybody does want to come in, have a conversation, say anything, let us know. If not, we're going to be going into a Discord session sort of after hours, like paid content, but no, you don't have to pay. No £5. No £5 at the glory hole or anything for these sort of conversations, but you probably might. Don't know. You have to come into Discord anyway. And if you do want to come into Discord and you're not already been in Discord, click the thing, click the button, join Discord, and then post in the live chat. You will be given the VC role, and then you can pop into the VC and have a conversation, or just listen to the music that we're developing. Anything? What about you guys in the chat? Have you got anything?
Yeah, I'm here picking up my son at school, so.
Okay.
All good here.
Yeah. I know you want to listen to the music.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So, looks like that's what's going to be going on. Discord conversation. We'll be going over this video with Jaren. That should be coming out soon, I think. We'll go over it. We'll go over it in the Discord and we'll see, what everybody thinks, and then we'll put it out for live, probably a conversation about it. Anybody wants to come over that? Slate Mike's over there. Yep. The globe guys are really helping us, and we are progressing the globe, proof of globe. Going out music. What does anybody want?
Any of the new ones yet? Or are we waiting off on those?
What of the copy pasta? Yeah, I've not.
Yeah.
I've not produced.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Okay.
We're still in the in the initial process for that.
Yeah, early production. Yeah.
So, I've got the try thinking one, and I'll leave you with that. I think, all sorts of different stuff. So, you want to continue this conversation? Pop into the Discord. We'll be continuing there. Probably see you Monday, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on nowadays, though. Thanks for watching.
Horizontal planes are parallel to the plane of the horizon. So parallel with each other is neither strange nor surprising. A water level gives a horizontal plane of reference. So try thinking with your brain, keep the same as your preference. Level is simple, geometry and at a horizontal line being level. Don't be that rebel, turning it in a circle like a devil. A triangle only has 3 sides with 180 degrees. Just keep things easy, using logic mixed with advanced simplicity. Judge not but learn, need a piece for that parade. Step away, releasing all beliefs is a better way. Mastering thoughts, let your mind cast, put in focus. For progress, try thinking and pass on this process. Horizontal planes are parallel to the plane of the horizon. So parallel with each other, now use your brain to enlighten. A water level gives a horizontal plane of reference. So try thinking to maintain, keeping it same as a preference. Revel is simple, geometry and at a horizontal line being level. Don't be that rebel, turning it into a great circle like a devil. A triangle only has 3 sides with 180 degrees. Keep things easy, mixing logic with advanced simplicity. Judge not but feel in a piece with FOA. Step away, releasing all beliefs is a better way. Suspending all thoughts, so you know not caught in a trap. Believe in all reports, so who taught you that? Yeah. The system I despise, please open your eyes and wise up. Not hypnotized by these lies, voting for a prize, just wise up. There are laws in nature and axioms of proof, so no excuse not to explore, but feel relaxed for the truth. Revel, it's simple. Geometry and at a horizontal line being level. Don't be that rebel, turning it in a circle like a devil. A triangle only has 3 sides with 180 degrees. Just keep things easy, using logic mixed with advanced simplicity. Judge not but learn, inner peace with epohe. Step away, releasing all beliefs is a better way. Mastering thoughts, let your mind cast, put in focus. For progress, try thinking and pass on this process. Oh, horizontal planes are parallel to the plane of the horizon. So parallel with each other, now use your brain to enlighten. A water level gives a horizontal plane of reference. So try thinking to maintain, keeping it sane as a preference. Judge not but feel, inner peace with epohe. Step away, releasing all beliefs in a better way. Suspending all thoughts, so you're not caught in a trap. Believe in all reports, so who taught you that? This system I despise, please open your eyes and wise up. Not hypnotized by these lies, voting for a prize, just wise up. There are laws in nature and axioms of proof, so no excuse not to explore, but feel relaxed for the truth. Yo! Oh, horizontal planes are parallel to the plane of the horizon. So parallel with each other is neither strange nor surprising. A water level gives a horizontal plane of reference. So try thinking with your brain, keep it sane